Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see how you can solve these quadratic equations in a matter of few seconds. Maybe if you really practice well, you could solve this equation in like 2-3 seconds. So these are make sure you watch it all the way to the end, especially in these categories of problems that have this factor of x square which is not 1. When the factor of x square is 1, it's easy anyway, but I will walk you through some steps that will make you faster in these as well. So let's get started. Typically the way we solve this equation is by factorization, and to factorize this, what you do is you try to find two numbers of minus 14 such that they multiply to plus 48. And what those numbers are? For example, for minus 14, it's going to be minus 6 and minus 8. Note the sign. So I write this equation as x square minus 6x minus 8x plus 48 equal to 0. And then I factorize, club these two terms together. Take x common from here. I get x minus 6. And then take minus 8 common from here, I get x minus 6 equal to 0. And from these two, we see that x minus 6 is common, and this is something most of you probably already know. It's x minus 6 into x minus 8 equal to 0. So either this is 0 or this is 0. So we have either x minus 6 equal to 0 or x equal minus 8 equal to 0. That means x value is given to be 6 or 8. Now, how do I quickly get this final solution without writing those steps? Very simple. Make sure this method works only when the coefficient of x square is 1, and number 2, you are able to factorize this number such that their product is this number, which means that what are those two factors of 14? Those two factors are minus 6 and minus 8. Minus 6 into minus 8 is 48. Now reverse the sign of those minus 6 and minus 8. To reverse these two signs becomes x equal to 6 or 8. That is the solution. Let's see and apply this method on this one. This is plus 3x. We need to find the two numbers that multiply to minus 28, and their sum has to be 3. So those two numbers are going to be plus 7x and minus 4x, right? Plus 7x and minus 4. Now watch it carefully. You need to reverse the sign of plus 7. So you get the solution minus 7 and reverse the sign of minus 4, which is plus 4. This is the solution. Let's do it in one shot. This one, you will need to transfer this 3x to here. You will get x square minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. 3x goes here, becomes minus 4x, and minus x is minus 4x. Minus 4, split it into two parts, that gets you minus 12. It's minus 6 and plus 2. Reverse the sign of, so what are those three parts? Minus 6 and plus 2. Reverse their sign, your solution is x equal to 6 and minus 2. Very easy. I'm going to write the steps directly in one single step. Minus 10x into two parts will be minus 8 and minus 2. Minus 8 multiplied by minus 2 is plus 16. So the solution is minus 8, reverse sign, plus 8, minus 2, reverse its sign, 2. These are the solutions. I hope you find it quick and easy. Try applying this to some of the problems that we have done already. Now it gets very interesting if you come to the problem when a is this ax square the coefficient of x square is not 1. We could split it. The way to do this is, I will write this equation here, 4x squared minus x minus 3 equal to 0. What I do is, I transfer this 4 over here and write this equation again as, I will call this x dash square minus 3x dash minus 12 equal to 0, and now I multiply this 4 with 3 and write this here. Now apply the same tricks that you did it here. Minus 3, what are the two parts that multiply to minus 12? Okay, it's not 3, this one is still minus x. Minus 1, what are the two numbers that multiply to minus 12? Minus 4 and plus 3, and minus 4 becomes plus 4 and 3 becomes minus 3. So these are the solutions of x dash. Now the solution of x is nothing but this factor 4, we divide these numbers by this factor, so the solutions are 4 by 4 and minus 3 by 4. I wrote these details, but you could also do it mentally, very quick. Let's do it this one. Transfer 1 here, so this equation becomes 2x squared minus 7 plus 17x, and I will try to do it plus 21 equal to 0. I transfer 2 from here to here and multiply this by 42, multiplied by 21 to become, so the equation becomes x dash square plus 17x dash plus 42 is equal to 0. I need to make 14 into two parts that multiply to 42. Those two parts are 14 and 3. So the solutions to x dash is negative of that, it's minus 14 and minus 3, and therefore the solutions to x will be this thing divided by this 2, or minus 7 and minus 3 by 2. Let's try to do one more problem, and this time very quickly. X square plus 7x, I will directly write x square plus 7x, or I think I should write x dash square. 6 into 2 is 12. I know that 7 can be written as 4 into 3, 4x and 3x. So the solutions of x dash are minus 4 and minus 3, and I need to divide it by 6. So the solution of x will be minus 4 by 6 and minus 3 by 6, or minus 2 by 3 and minus 1 by 2. Notice how fast you could do. You could also do all of this mentally. Hopefully you can try this. Just note down these problems on a pencil and paper and try to make sure you are able to solve this equation. What I will next do is, I'm going to find out why this method that outlined here it works for at all. To do this, let's consider this formula 8x square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And we know that the solution to this equation is x equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a transformation in which I replace a by a, and I replace c by ac, and I replace x by x dash. And this is the, let's see what equation we get. We get the equation x dash squared plus bx dash plus ca equal to 0. It will become clear to in the next step why this method works at all. And the solution to this equation is x dash is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac See, remember this whole thing did not change, and then this is divided by 2. What was happening is, in this equation we replaced a by a, and we replaced for a by a and c by ac, so this term does not change. Now what happens is, we found this solution. In order to find the solution of this equation, all we have to do is divide this whole equation. If you see that the solution to x is going to be nothing but x dash divided by a. So eventually you need to translate this final solution by dividing by a. So this simple translation mechanism allows us to solve this equation very efficiently. Hope you find it interesting and helps you. But one final thing, if you are not able to factorize either this or by any way, just go to the quadratic formula and apply this formula and solve this quadratic equation. Thank you.